LIQUI-MOLY has been #1 in Germany for the past 10 years in motor oils and additives. We're super excited to bring the marine range now in North America. All that experience in the performance and the racing industry translated into the marine world couldn't be a better combination. Are you scared of using your warranty? Well, you shouldn't. LIQUI-MOLY marine product has all the approvals from the National Marine Manufacturers Association, FCW, TCW3, and also API specs. Please refer to your owner's manual for right viscosity. Use the best to maintain your passion.
Hey everyone, my name's Valentina Lescano. I'm here at Pro Watercross for our jet ski racing. We're sponsored by LIQUI-MOLY. Thanks to them, we have our strong boats and we're able to podium. I've been racing for about 4 years now, and ever since I joined LIQUI-MOLY, I'll never go back.
Pro Watercross has enjoyed 25 successful seasons on the water. The world's greatest watercross racers excite the senses, engage audiences, and build communities through integrated campaigns that get results.
It's a great tour. It hits a lot of hot spots. It travels, a lot of the U.S., and it brings you to all kinds of different demographics of people that you're racing against, people that you don't get to see all the time. It's a tour that is complete, from kids racing to adults racing, a lot of spectators, and just the best locations to go to. Daytona, Panama City Beach, Pensacola. We're in Georgia, Racine, Wisconsin, Texas. We go everywhere.
Beautiful spot, Naples, Florida. You can't get any better than that. And LIQUI-MOLY launching its range, its marine range, partnering with such a great entity is just beautiful.
For season 26 and beyond, Pro Watercross continues its leadership role in environmental education, safety, and with a family-friendly vibe.
A lot of good people here. It's a good place to raise your kids and teach them how to succeed in a competitive environment. I've been doing it since 1996. My 17-year-old son's now a three-time world champion at jet ski racing, and he grew up by my side.
Are you ready? Get online with ProWatercross.org.
Somebody comes out of this race as a world champion.
My name is Juan Liscano, and I ride for Miami Jet Ski Shop. Miami Jet Ski Shop sticks to LIQUI-MOLY, where we keep all our vehicles tip-top with the best in the industry. When it comes to performance or servicing, there's nothing better in the market than LIQUI-MOLY.
LIQUI-MOLY has been #1 in Germany for the past 10 years in motor oils and additives. We're super excited to bring the marine range now in North America. All that experience in the performance and the racing industry translated into the marine world couldn't be a better combination. Are you scared of using your warranty? Well, you shouldn't. LIQUI-MOLY marine product has all the approvals from the National Marine Manufacturers Association, FCW, TCW3, and also API specs. Please refer to your owner's manual for ride viscosity. Use the best to maintain your passion.
Hey everyone, my name is Valentina Lescano. I'm here at Pro Watercross for our jet ski racing. We're sponsored by LIQUI-MOLY. Thanks to them, we have our strong boats and we're able to podium. I've been racing for about 4 years now, and ever since I joined LIQUI-MOLY, I'll never go back.
In pros, it is Cameron Spooner. And 529 to round out the juniors from Jacksonville, riding for Glidwell Racing, Taylor's Outboards, and more. Marsh Rats Inshore Charters, Kylie Meyer.
All right, that's our riders. It'll be the first race. Down on the beach, the kids cannot be on the water when the machines are in there, so if you could please bring your children up off of the water there.
I'd like to welcome everybody watching the live stream today throughout the country and perhaps the world. Welcome to Sebring, Florida. We're here, Lake Jackson in Sebring. Rick Lake with Kurt Nolenberg. Kurt, come over here and say hi.
Yes, sir.
People on the World
Oh, we're
Wide
talking
Web.
to the international World
Yes,
Wide
we are.
Web. That's like world around.
Day 2 of the 2025 LIQUI-MOLY Pro Watercross Triple Crown. And we're just getting ready to go, as you can tell, with our junior ski riders. And here we go.
There they go. But enjoy it. All right, who we got out front?
I'm going to take a guess on Cameron Spooner.
I'm thinking possibly Cash McClure.
Really?
Well, based on yesterday's results, inside and outside. Whoa, look at that. These junior riders
so good.
Are so good.
Yeah, very
and off the
very
inside,
talented.
he's going to have the looks over and holds on to it.
That's Cameron Spooner out in front. Yeah, yes, it is.
Are you sure?
Yeah, he dominated yesterday. He's picking right back up where he left off. Won all 3 motos yesterday.
Is that Kylie Meyer in second?
He has dominated. That does look like Kylie Meyer in second
does.
to me.
Looking at the inside-outside split, our outside rider coming onto that back straightaway with a head of steam.
Boy, they've got some nice glassy water here first thing this morning.
Don't they?
Lake Jackson is very smooth here today. A lot smoother than it was yesterday, really, at this time. Little breeze coming up, which feels fantastic. Well, we could use a little bit more of a breeze, actually. That's the fan next to Kurt that's blowing.
But it's here.
But it feels good.
It's breezy.
It feels good.
Hey, Rick,
up here.
I want to shout out to race number 2 sport class. We're going to be rolling through these races pretty quick, so wouldn't hurt to get your holder, get ready, get up to the line here in a few minutes.
Cameron Spooner out in front. And that is Kylie Meyer out of Jacksonville behind Spooner. And those two are in the 13 to 15-year-old junior ski class. These riders are all racing on stock Yamaha Superjets, the 2-stroke variety, the older ones now, since they no longer actually produce this model. They've gone to the 4-stroke, obviously. Well, obvious to the people that are really into it. If you're new and first time watching or checking this out, platforms have definitely changed over the last few years from a 2-stroke motor to the 4-stroke platforms, both Kawasaki and Yamaha. And these junior riders ride the 2-stroke Superjets. They're a little lighter, a little smaller, a little less powerful, and just about perfect from what I can see for junior riders, because all 4 of these riders out here today are absolutely railing. We've been impressed all weekend with their talent, Kurt.
Yeah, no question about it. It's great to see Kylie Meyer up there in second place. Got a good start. Break the rust off yesterday. And
I think
head out there now. Cameron Spooner, though. Man, that boy is quick.
Oh, he is fast, and he is out front and charging. But Kylie, I think, is the best start she's gotten this weekend. So yesterday's 3 motos have got her tuned up for today, and she is trying to track down young Cameron Spooner. Cameron 13, Kylie 15. Kylie out of Jacksonville, Florida, up on the northeast corner of the state.
We'll be heading up there the next time we return to Florida.
Not quite as not too far from Jacksonville, actually.
We may fly into Jacksonville.
We could. I think we flew into Gainesville last week.
We did, but it was 50-50.
last year.
Which feels like last week.
It sort of does, doesn't it?
Yeah, Cash McLaurin, that 3rd spot.
Keystone Heights is the location for the next round of the Triple Crown. A few weeks away in May. Looking forward to seeing everybody in Keystone Heights.
Ditto.
Really unique location there, unique setting.
Fun place.
Quite different from any of the other locations we race at, really.
It really is. Cameron Spooner keeping that lead going. Kylie Meyer doing everything she can. Throwing some good turns in there, making good line choices, but Boy, Cameron got that lead. He's got the clean water in front of him. She's having to deal with pump wash, and, great experience moving forward for her.
Yeah, these junior riders, boy, from the time I first saw them in practice yesterday morning, I was like, man, all 4 of these riders are just outstanding. They are just absolutely ripping around this racetrack on these Yamaha Superjets. They all look good. I mean, Cameron Spooner has been dominant this weekend, to be sure. But Kylie right behind him, not too far off of Spooner's pace, looking really good. This is, I think, her best race so far this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. And she's still doing really well out there. It's just that Spooner got that drive, and, boy, I tell you what, he's the fastest guy in the track. There's no other way to say it.
Yeah, he's been dominant, to be sure. Cameron Spooner, 13 years old, out of Dania Beach, Florida, riding for Spoondog Racing, Harry Kiwi Pro, Simply Clean Detailing, Onium, and Impros, and he is a fast young rider. As I said, 13 years old, and, man, this young man absolutely rips on that Yamaha Superjet.
He's hitting and getting.
LIQUI-MOLY Pro Watercross Triple Crown, obviously brought to us by LIQUI-MOLY, the finest lubricants in the world. Products used in high-end racing applications in every vehicle and configuration you could imagine, from Formula One to NASCAR, superbike racing, pro watercross, pro motocross, all of it. LIQUI-MOLY absolutely performing now and really taking really good care of these motors at the highest levels in the world.
Absolutely. Marine, industrial applications even.
Big, huge boats running them. And, boy, if you saw that Desert Storm video from yesterday in Lake Havasu City, Arizona, that was the craziest crash I have ever seen in my life out there. And there's been a lot of them, but
yeah,
that huge boat absolutely took off and flew through the air. And we got a race going right in front of us here. Checkered flag comes out.
Spooner and Meyer.
And actually, it was actually Spooner starting to put one of the younger riders a lap down as Kylie Meyer comes in behind Spooner to take second place. And then I believe that is Cash McClure behind Kylie.
All right, sport class. We could use some holders out there. Anybody want to? Marcio, you going to go help? All right. Anybody else? There we go. Thank you, Jeff. Far left-hand side.
Sports spec.
And how many we got? Need one more out there?
And junior sports stock. And we got a new rider today, Jim Hill, right?
That's right. On that number 7 out of Apopka. Is that right?
Apopka.
Apopka?
Apopka?
Yeah. I like that. 58 years young.
Apopka.
Sea-Doo mounted. Got the right craft for today's event.
222 Tom Keller took the win yesterday.
Yeah, in solid fashion. He was out front.
429.
Almost every lap. Yeah.
He was. Peter Dixon.
Dixon was quick yesterday.
And in the junior sport, of course, 111. Bentley Dearman, she charged yesterday up with a couple of the sports spec riders at the front of the pack at times.
Yeah. First race of the year.
Serve notice that she has certainly gotten much quicker since last year. She's really picked it up. Of course, she's got a good coach. Dad Billy, one of the best in the business.
Absolutely. Multi-time national and world champion.
Yep. Yeah, we're going to have to, there we go, get the youngsters out of the water before we can start this race. We just can't have anybody in the water on the shore while the machines are racing, obviously. You can understand why. Just want to make sure everybody is safe and sound here. Thanks. We are good to go. Moto race number 2, Moto 1 for Sports Spec and Junior Sports Stock. And here we go.
Who's got the drive? Is that Keller? Looks like that 222. Getting a solid drive off the start.
Yeah, Tom out in front on that Sea-Doo HX, the 222, as you mentioned. Gets the early lead here, and he is looking fast and in control, Kurt.
Not surprising. Looks like everybody knows the way to go on the start. Oh, we're going to stop this one.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we got a rider over here. I wonder if that's Mr. Hill.
No, that's Bentley Dearman out there. She was on the outside of the split, I believe.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. All right, at ProAm Ski GP, we'll be having you guys up right after the sport race. There is no race 3, so Sport GP, you guys can get started, get your craft in the water, get suited up.
Solas Impellers, the official impeller of the 2025 LIQUI-MOLY Pro Watercross Triple Crown. Solas has impellers to meet every need for any boat, any configuration. And you want to ramp up the power and speed hookup of your ski. Easiest way to do it in the world is to find the proper Solas impeller for your watercraft, and you will be very, very happy you did. Solas, the official impeller of Pro Watercross.
All right, Pro Ski GP, you will be up next. We're going to roll right into race number 4, so I encourage you to get your boats in the water, get suited up, and grab your holder and come on over.
All right, once again, here we go. Into the first turn, Sports Spec and Junior Sports Stock. It's like once again, Keller. The great start.
He's good off the line.
Yeah, he sure is. He's done it a few times.
Yeah, he's done a couple of them.
Yep. And he comes around, making that turn onto the front straightaway on the 222 Sea-Doo HX. Tom Killer Keller out in front. believe that's Peter Dixon in second, then Bentley Dearman in her own class, but she is running up there with our leaders. She is in third.
That is our new rider, Jim Hill, in fourth.
And then Jim Hill, boat number 7, in fourth position, as you said, Kurt.
Just want to point out that you can go over to the Pro Watercross tent. All of our merchandise is available for sale over there. Perfect opportunity to grab it first thing in the morning. You can get a hat for that early morning sun, a hoodie for late at night for 1 or 2 months here.
Yeah, some cool gear, for sale over there. And I guess I talked to AJ after the races last night, and he said it was really amazing how many people were over there picking up Pro Watercross gear yesterday. Really cool.
Yeah. Well, you only have the opportunity while we're here, and this is the last day, and the last few hours we'll be here. So if you'd like to get something, now's the time. Go over, say hi to AJ, and leave looking better than you arrived.
That's a fact.
So I need some spectators.
Oh, yes, you do.
I need some I want to give some stuff away.
We got some really cool life jackets. Does anybody need a brand new life jacket? Because we've got a few here that we are going to give away this morning. Anybody interested in a brand new slippery, or I think we have a slippery and a fly. We have a fly. Look at this fly racing life jacket. Really nice piece. And there it is. Another one of our sponsors, Come and Play in Florida. And what a perfect name for that, bringing us here to Sebring, because a lot of people come and play in Florida. Amazing area for all kinds of recreation. Got another life jacket we're giving away. Anybody need a new life vest? Slippery PFD. Slippery PFD's being tossed off the tower. Man, that's pretty sweet.
Wear it in good health. Awesome. All right. Well, that's that.
So as I was saying, thank you, Slippery wetsuit, Slippery gear, the official gear of the Slippery Water Sports now, I guess they call themselves. Been dealing with them for many, many years. Love the Slippery guys and gals. And they make wetsuits and jackets for every size, from
for humans,
little kids to full-size adults. And check out Slippery wetsuits if you want to get the best gear on the water. Slippery. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I was saying, Kurt, about Florida, pretty appropriate to say come and play in Florida.
Right. Could it be more appropriate?
I think it couldn't, because besides Pro Watercross, which is obviously, Florida is just a dynamic location for jet skis,
sports,
ski racing, jet ski riding, you name it. But, man, halfway through this moto sport spec, but, just by where we're staying at, the hotel we're at, it is absolutely jammed full of golfers. Man, what a mecca for golfing here in Sebring. There are golfers everywhere. So, obviously, all over Florida is a mecca for golfing, right?
I hear they breed here.
Apparently they do, but great place to come and play. Thank you, Sebring. Thank you, Come and Play in Florida. Beautiful area here in Sebring, Lake Jackson, Veterans Beach. We love it here. Thank you.
All right, there's our pro skis hitting the water.
Sounds like the pro skis are getting warmed up, to say the least. So was that so it looks like Jim Hill has dropped out on that HX. That's unfortunate to see. That looks like a really nice HX down there in the water. These are actually vintage machines, although it's kind of hard to call them vintage machines because they're really raced at a high level still today.
Yes, they do.
Even though they were manufactured in the mid 90s.
It really is a spectacular racing machine, and it's truly its only function.
Yeah, the HX for sure.
You don't see a lot of recreational HXs.
Not so much. You see a lot of blasters, which they compete against the Yamaha Wave Blasters.
Right.
A lot of people love those for recreational use as well as racing.
Yeah.
No question. But the HX definitely more of a flat-out design that intended for the racetrack.
Yeah, and the major thing that keeps them off of the recreation market is they're hard to get on and they're impossible to get on with two people.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you.
I've seen it happen, but not very often.
Yeah, personal experience. I made I would say, mistake years ago of a buddy of mine had a Sea-Doo dealership in Las Vegas, and they were putting on a endurance race. And he said, hey, you want to ride my HX? And I was like, yeah, that'd be cool. I'd never ridden one in my life.
Famous last words. That'd be cool. Look at the battle going on here right at the end.
White flag coming out. Keller out in front still.
I believe that might have been a lap.
I believe so.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I decided I was going to race this Sea-Doo HX in an endurance race at Lake Mead. And let me tell you, it was fun for a little while. But if you fall off of them, getting back on is a little bit of a procedure, let's say. Especially I'd never ridden one before. Said, I'll just grab the bars, hold the throttle wide open, and it'll swing underneath you, and you hop on. Okay, no problem.
It sounds so easy.
I think I'm not even going to fall. So
and at your size, I'm thinking,
yeah,
hey,
I'm 6'6".
you could really easy just flop that thing up.
I rode stand-ups. That's what I rode was a stand-up. So I was like, oh, this is going to be easy. Sit down, Sea-Doo HX. Well, it was good until the first time I fell off of it and had to figure out how to get back on during this race. And by the second time I fell off and had to get back on, I was like, dude, whatever you do not fall off again because you're totaled. You're toast. I was
not
done.
Not going to make it on again.
Checkered flag comes out.
There we go. Tom Keller with another moto win to add to a lifetime of them.
And in the meantime, my friends that were working for Yamaha and Kawasaki at the time, they were racing that event on 1,100 runabouts. And they would make sure to come by me on that 1,100, about an inch off of my hull, Steve Lawler, and
thank you, Steve,
and just make sure to roost me as they went by on a boat that was considerably faster on the top end. To say the least. I
can't believe Steve Lawler did that.
To you. No, good guy.
Yes,
great guy. A lot of fun with Steve over the years. Stud.
Did a lot for the sport.
Known as Stud. Called everybody Stud. Everybody was a stud to Steve.
That's true.
Good times, man. Good times.
Well, ProAm Ski GP on the line on a number 51 out of Miramar, Florida, sponsored by Ignite Fuel, Broward Motorsports, Fast Power Sports, Farthing Racing, Exotic Signs, Judge Motorsports, WSR, and Cabrera Motorsports. It's David Cabrera.
Number 114 out of Laconia, New Hampshire. Riding for East Coast Watercross, No Limits Metalworks, Hot Slag Company, Commander and Jet Pilot, Sean Dudek. Real nice guy. Met him yesterday.
Yeah, good. We had a lot of shared experience there. On the number 591 out of LaBelle, Florida. Sponsored by Likes Brothers Incorporated and Cabrera Motorsports, Kyle Fabro.
So yesterday it was... I'm sorry.
Marcio Benedetti rounding out the field.
That's
I believe
right.
On that number 93 machine.
We are not going to leave out Marcio. He joined this one.
I just can't see the number from the side. I believe it was 93 yesterday.
So anyway, yesterday it was David Cabrera who really dominated. Kyle Fabro kept the pressure on David for 3 motos, but David persevered, and if you remember that third moto yesterday, after two really hard-fought battles in the first two motos, what they do 12 laps yesterday in the final moto,
and I think I just heard him. I think I heard 12 laps for this.
Are we doing 12 this morning? I hope so, because we really want to see all their backs feel like mine. I woke up this morning not good. Was thinking all those years riding jet skis may have had some impact on my lower back. Not going to blame Kawasaki.
No, I'm thinking it strengthened your lower back. If it weren't for that,
I wish that were the case.
You'd be in a wheelchair already.
If that were the case, I'd have the strongest lower back in existence. Every jet skier would, right?
Well, yeah.
Instead of the opposite.
You'd have a lot of company.
I don't think it was from riding them, though, as much it was from lifting them in and out of trucks.
Right?
Yeah.
I'd agree with that, too.
Back
you got
then,
your legs as suspension when you're riding.
Well, the 550s.
You guys do have 529, correct?
So the 550s weigh 250. Yeah. Back then, about. And it was very easy for two guys to lift them. And it was fine at the beginning of the day when you were feeling good, but after riding a couple tanks of gas through those things, at the end of the day, you're kind of like, lifting them back in. I mean, and this is years and years and years of doing this weekend after weekend. I think it took its toll, without question. Because not many guys I know that from that era, backs don't hurt. How about you, Kurt? How's yours feel? Not going to comment on that, huh?
Sorry, I was getting a writing implement here.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, no. Most of my damage was road racing motorcycles, to be honest.
Fair enough. That's a whole nother level of damage.
Speaking of damage, David Cabrera looking to make some damage right here.
Oh,
whoa, look at that. Dudek getting a whole shot off the line, but Cabrera just reaches right by him.
Yeah, Cabrera had a little more top end, it looked like. He's on the outside. That's Fabro on the inside split.
Yep.
So it's going to be interesting. Those guys had a good battle in 3 motos yesterday, picking up right where they left off. Cabrera on the outside, Fabro on the inside.
Oh, it's going to be so close.
I think Fabro's going to get the lead here. First time this weekend, Kyle Fabro is going to be in front of David Cabrera, Kurt.
Wow, that was awesome.
That was.
What a great drive by Fabro. Now, inside and outside, first time in the ski class. Let's see who it is. Cabrera and Fabro going at it. Fabro wicking it up. It is on the back straightaway already, and there goes Cabrera. Pretty close, I'd say. I think Cabrera lost maybe a boat length or two, Rick.
Well, one thing this morning is the lake is glass, so it was really fun seeing these pro ski riders rail around that first turn and the first split with pure glassy conditions, just laying those boats over and railing them around this track here in Sebring. Really fun to watch.
It really is, and these two riders are spectacular. Fabro really holding that throttle wide open. He wants to do everything he can to get as much distance between him and Cabrera as he can, because he knows 12 laps of this, you want to stay ahead of him as much as you can. Fresh water in front of you, it's much easier to ride.
Yeah, I would say that from the looks of things to me, Fabro is either more motivated today for some reason, or he was able to do some tweaks on that boat last night and pick up a little something extra, a little extra speed, because he's got a little top end, it looks to me, on Cabrera right now. It's hard to say. They're pretty evenly matched, it looks like, but perhaps Fabro's got just a little bit more speed today, Kurt.
I possibly have an alternative, although that is completely possible. I'm thinking, 57 years old, he might be a little sore this morning.
Entirely
There's a
possible.
14-year difference or 24-year difference. I don't know.
Well, I'm a little sore this morning from watching him yesterday.
Right. Okay, there you go. All right. Leader takes the inside. Cabrera goes outside again. And it may be that inside's a little bit quicker today, Rick. We'll have to take a look.
Yeah, it's hard to tell yet. We haven't had some real side-by-side competition until right now.
Well, Cabrera is starting to reel in
He
Fabro.
sure is. He really
certainly is.
Well, you know, we talk about David. I like to call him the Iron Man because we've seen him over the years just be relentless. Lap after lap, race after race. He is finely tuned, extremely fit, but so is Fabro. I mean, he's a lean young man. And these guys are going at it. But you're right. Cabrera definitely reeling in Fabro right now.
Well, and if you're watching, Fabro took the outside. Cabrera did as well. And Cabrera started reeling him in, even with the pump wash there. I think David Cabrera's just waking up.
Well, watch when they come back around in front of us again. We talked about it yesterday.
Yep.
This little left-hand bend in the front straightaway right in front of the tower here with these loud GP ski motors, we can really hear when they're in and out of the throttle. And I just listened to both Cabrera and Fabro come by. Fabro let off a little bit more around this one. This is just one turn on the course, but it definitely was indicative. And to me, I heard David hold it on a little bit more. Let's check them as they come by again. You can probably hear this at home.
We'll pay attention to it this time.
Hear this at home and watch them as they come by. Here comes Fabro right now.
Yeah, Cabrera's still faster through that section. He gets slows down later and accelerates earlier.
Yep, he doesn't let off nearly as much. And that could be also a handling component.
Oh, no question, yeah.
He may have a better line, whatever the case may be.
In your machine, too.
And that's probably more that than anything. He's just a little faster right there.
No, very few riders that have spent as much time on top of a ski as David Cabrera.
Good race here this morning. Moto number 1 for Pro Ski GP. Kyle Fabro leading David Cabrera. This is the first time all weekend that Fabro has been in front of Cabrera, so let's see if he can hold off the hard-charging Cabrera.
And Cabrera putting the pressure on right behind him. Fabro looked back, saw him there. Is like, oh, man, this old man's right here. What's wrong? Good trip through that time for Fabro. He was quicker through the pressure that Cabrera's putting on him. And it's interesting that Cabrera is not following him through the inside as he is on the left-hand side of the split. So he must feel he still has an advantage on that outside. Boy, I think he gained another boat length there.
Maybe.
It's hard to tell until they're past the center buoy here.
Well, we felt yesterday on that right-hand split that the outside was definitely faster during the runabout race.
Yeah.
In the ski race, it's a little – the tighter turns don't inhibit the skis nearly as much as they do the big runabouts.
Yeah, it's kind of a flip. Interesting that Cabrera isn't trying the inside at all yet. On this side of the course.
I know it. I thought the same thing.
On either side of the course.
No, I thought the same thing.
White flag, only one lap to go.
Well, this race is not nearly long enough.
For your announcers, yeah. And speaking of that, up next, Junior Ski Stock. Junior Ski, you guys should be on the lines. Your race is up as soon as this one is over. Junior Ski Stock riders to the line.
Yeah, Fabro really not giving up anything on that inside split on the right-hand side at all to Cabrera. They're remaining pretty equal. And if Fabro can hang on through this final split section, he's going to take the win here in Moto 1, Kurt.
It's going to make it a lot more interesting. And there we go to the inside.
Yeah, Fabro goes inside.
Yep. And that's the common race theory. Final lap. Take the
shorter distance.
That's closer to the final buoy. Well, no problem here. Kyle Fabro getting a Moto 1 win. David Cabrera right behind him.
Nice win for Fabro. You know, these guys are racing for the series championship. Cabrera won the first round yesterday in convincing fashion. Fabro right behind him. Looks like Fabro is going to try to turn the tables and equal the point standings, leaving here after Sebring. So we shall see. They've got 2 more motos to go, and Fabro can hang on. He can even the points with Cabrera heading into the next round.
Oh, I love the sound of those Ski GP machines.
You and me both.
Wow, Rick, great historical knowledge here from Rick at Airstream Ventures. A speed attempt was made on this lake in 1989. The driver hit 374 miles an hour. Starting at the left, going to the right. You see where the tower is up there? That's where the ride ended. Unfortunately, it was his last ride. 347 miles an hour. Even David Cabrera's not keeping up with that.
Yeah, to say the least. Yeah, that's some pretty interesting knowledge. You know, we were talking about that that horrible crash yesterday at Lake Havasu. If you saw that on the internet, man, it was absolutely insane. I've never seen anything quite like that. They have Desert Storm out in Lake Havasu this weekend where all these really crazy fast speedboats go out there and compete, I guess you could say. And the footage is easy to find. It's spectacular. And fortunately, the driver came away, I think, completely unscathed.
Yeah, relatively unharmed.
Yeah, I believe so.
You're going to be
thankfully.
a little sore after that. I guarantee it.
The way he landed when he nosedived it in there, that had to be a jolt. Man. But these days, the way they build those boats, they have just like race cars.
Absolutely.
There is so much more protection built into those structures.
There's a driver's cage, yeah.
Exactly right.
Yeah, I know a friend that tunnel boats races, and we went through the boat one day over to his shop, and he's just like, dude, this thing is a crush cage. It's,
yeah.
You know, we've got oxygen in here for a few minutes. Doesn't want to.
Yeah, but if you see that, check it out on the internet because it is absolutely one of the most spectacular crashes you'll ever see. And I don't like to watch crashes. I don't watch them on motorcycles. I don't watch that stuff myself. I don't like to see people get hurt. But knowing that this guy did not get hurt, it's okay.
Looks like we're going to do 10 laps for our junior ski stock. 10 to 12 and 13, 15. And let's see, Cash McClure, number 1 to 10 to 12, and Cameron Spooner. Speaking of Cameron Spooner, looked like a drive. Kylie Moore, Meyer, and Spooner. It looks like Meyer might have taken a hole shot on the outside here. Have to take a look when they come around. The sun's behind them.
Yeah, that does
Another
look
hour
like
or
Kylie.
so will be a little bit easier. But, yeah, it does. And if so, it'll be great to see if Cameron Spooner works as well from the back as he does from the front. And looking over, that is
no, that's not
that's
Kylie.
Cameron Spooner.
That is Cameron.
And
got a battle back there. Oh, Kylie battling.
Got a little bump there. Little bump.
You know, one thing that's interesting is we don't have a makeup buoy. Oh, yes, we do.
Yeah, it's
Where is
way out there.
the makeup buoy is on the other side of the lake, basically.
Yeah. It's the green one in the far left corner.
So we've hardly even noticed it this weekend.
It's only been used a few times, but it was put to good use.
And it's as far away from us as you can imagine.
Well, Spooner just throwing it down out there. Another great start for Cameron. And this young man, you know, he's got a few years to go. But I'm looking forward to seeing him in the pro class eventually.
Oh, absolutely. All of these juniors, I mean, given their age and what we're seeing out here today and we've seen in years past, we've seen the development of the juniors as they move up into the pro classes and dispatch a lot of the longtime top-level riders as they move up. You know, we've seen them. The farthings for one thing, the skellets, the farthings, on and on and on over the years. And these kids out here that are racing right now, absolutely spectacular. The skill level that they show on these Yamaha Superjets is just a joy to watch on the racetrack.
It really is for those that have been in the sport for a while to see these young riders competing at this level. It means we're going to have some good riders for a long time.
Yeah, you know, and I mentioned
I'm sorry, I was just going to mention that Kylie Meyer was tearing up the inside split over here, started to look over to see the rider coming from the outside, and as she did that, took a tumble. But, man, she was tearing that up. If she can get that rhythm down, it's going to bode well for her.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Kurt. And I was going to say, and I don't mean to leave out this. I'm talking about the ones that we see here on the eastern side in the Pro Watercross Tour. The other side of the country, out to where we live in the West Coast, man, there are just a plethora of amazingly talented young riders that we've seen come up. Coy Curtis, there's a bunch of them. I don't want to leave anybody out, but inevitably it's impossible to name all of them. But they are all the product of the junior racing programs throughout the country, and man, they are all wickedly fast.
Well, I was just going to say it's the junior racing programs, but it's also the older racing parents that are bringing these young kids in.
A lot of times.
You know, that aren't afraid to bring them into a sport that's motorized and know the safety regulations. And
100%.
You know, feel comfortable putting their kids out there because, you know, there's a risk in any sort of motorized sport for sure. But, boy, I'll tell you what, Pro Watercross, we do everything we can to make it as safe as possible. And I was going to say especially for the kids, but really it doesn't matter what class it is. Even what hull it is, safety is always number one.
100%. And, you know, you're right. A lot of the times these young riders are, you know, the children of former or even current racers that have been in the sport for a long time, following in their footsteps. And when you start at the age they're starting, very much like motorcycle racing, motocross for sure, with the youth programs, Team Green, and the other mini bike programs that have been so successful through the years at producing the top supercross riders now in the world.
Right.
The same thing has been happening in the jet ski racing world with the young kids coming up and becoming young adults and faster than their parents.
Yep. See it all the time. Yeah, and I know my kid was faster than I was on a jet ski.
Well, by the time it's like watching
on a motorcycle.
It's just like watching Supercross. By the time a rider hits 30, they are on the downside because, you know, you got a mortgage, you might have a family, and holding it wide open through those whoops and those jumps and stuff becomes a little more of a concern.
Yep, no question about it.
You know, so when you're 18 and you've got nothing to lose, man, it's and 0.0 fear.
Right.
Yeah, it's a different world.
Yeah. Lots of confidence, no fear.
Yeah, and you can see it right now in that world with, you know, the young kids coming up. Julian Beaumer, got to mention him
absolutely.
because he's been just spectacular. And he comes from the watercraft background, of course. His dad out in Havasu came over from France with Karine Paturel, I believe. Yep. And really good guy. And his son Julian now is one of the future stars in Supercross. And he's been having a little battle with a guy named Hayden Deegan. And they put on a show that's made things pretty interesting in the 250 class this year. For those of you that watch Supercross, you know what I'm talking about. And it's going to go. I think this rivalry is going to go on for years and years. But he's one of our own, Julian Beaumer. We love to see him do well in Supercross because he is also a very, very top-level jet ski racer.
Too.
Yeah, he is talented. Boy, in Supercross, he has become something else.
Yeah.
Riding for the KTM factory now.
Yeah, his dad, great guy. Well, Cameron Spooner still large and in charge out front. He's having a great time here today. Moto number 2, looking like a repeat of moto number 1. All right, Sports Spec, Junior Sports Stock to the line.
Yeah, watching these kids race out here, just so much fun. Yep, I just keep thinking about Julian Beaumer and came out of this junior program, and his dad Lillian brought him up in Lake Havasu, and man, what skills does he have? And jet ski racing has definitely helped him develop those skills, no question, for Supercross and motocross.
Yeah, and doing it, how do I say this? I feel it's a lot safer to learn to ride a jet ski than it is a motocross bike on a motocross course, a Supercross course, especially.
Exponentially.
Yes.
Although, you definitely can get hurt in jet ski racing, but yeah, Supercross has become beyond gnarly. And the attrition rate you can see this year in the 450 class shows how absolutely brutal the sport can be.
All right, is that Cameron Spooner, I think, just came by? Boy, these junior riders, 10 laps, no problem.
Oh, they 10 laps, that's nothing.
I know. They're like, I can do this.
I still have gas in the tank.
Yeah. That's so true. When you're young, how long do you want to ride? Until the gas goes out.
Yeah, you ride that thing until it starts
look at this
sputtering.
battle going on. White flag, final lap for Spooner. And looks as though we might have lost Bentley Dearman.
Bentley Dearman?
Yeah, I don't see her on the line here.
Oh, I was going to say she's not in this class.
No, she's not in this class. Since it's the final lap, I thought he'd get a head start on the next one.
Thought you were having some kind of a flashback or something. I wasn't sure.
Either that or a stroke, yeah. Either one's just as likely at my age.
Kylie Meyer, boy, you can really recognize her style these days. She has grown a foot since last year, the 15-year-old out of Jacksonville, much, much taller. And she reminds me of Karis Webster, the way she rides, because very similar, bent over now, kind of straight legs, straight-legged, and then bent over at the waist, over the front of that hull.
Strong back to do that.
Both very good riders.
Yep, absolutely. We'll check her flags out. Spooner with an additional moto win. Cash McClure coming through, looking stylish.
With a name like Cash, you have to.
I know it's
look stylish.
That's a racing name.
That
no
comes with the
about it.
territory, right?
Well,
there.
that comes with a lot of pressure, I think. Seriously, you know, if your name's Rocket and you get lapped twice in every race, it's
a bad look.
It's a bad look, exactly. And Kylie, and in the race, still strong. We'll switch over to Sports Spec, and let's see. Last Moto 1 winner, the 222, Tom Keller out of Hollandale, Florida. He's sponsored by Thug Custom Cycles and Team Ruthless.
429 out of Port Orange, riding for Quick Life Clothing and 1031 Racing, Peter Dixon.
And the number 7 out of Apopka, Florida, on the number 58. No.
I don't think
no
he's
number
out there.
7. Yeah, Jim Hill.
I think Jim had a problem and is not out there any longer, because that is Bentley Dearman 111 on the right-hand side of the starting line. And
thank you.
Yeah, Jim.
Thank you for cleaning up my mistake.
You're very welcome. I'm very well versed at it by now, Kurt.
I know. All those years of telling Jennifer she's wrong, I know. I experienced that with you this morning.
Yeah. Well, when you're right, you're right. Yes, please. Thank you, sir. May I have another? All right. Got the drone right in front of us here. Richard Maverick Ignacio, live stream 247. This is the guy to contact if you want a really nice live stream. Check out this drone footage all weekend long of these races. I mean, that is just really spectacular. These drones have really revolutionized covering motorsports, to say the least.
World class.
Not to mention wars. Unfortunately.
Totally different class of drone.
Definitely. All right, 222. Keller off the line in fine fashion one more time.
On the inside, but that's
Bentley
Dearman. Yeah, on the outside. She got a good drive off of there. It's going to be interesting to see how these two shake out.
Yeah, she's on the pace with Keller. She's on the outside split. He's on the inside split. Bentley on the gas here, moto number 2. Did she?
I think Bentley was a little unsure on that outside split. I believe she took an extra buoy. But, man, she had to drive off the line. Billy's up there throwing his pubs up in the air. Come on. Hey, she's young.
That was a great start by Bentley, man. She really rocketed off the line. They've got that boat dialed in, and she did rip it.
I'll tell you what, if she chases down Tom Keller, that bodes well for her future as a racer in this class. No question about it, because that guy is continually out front, no matter what course it is, what part of the country. Flat water, rough water, doesn't really matter. Surf. That's something I'd hate to do, is ride at an HX.
Good Lord. I was just thinking, as you said that, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, you're just asking for pain.
And Tom's 55 now, so, the surf racing, that's a whole nother level of pain at times. I love it, but no question about it. It's my favorite racing in the world. But as far as the riders go, it can be pretty demanding.
Yes, it can. Look at this. Bentley Dearman chasing Keller hard. She's only one buoy behind right now. It's a long buoy, but let's see how the top speed is. Looks like she's got great acceleration.
There's
on this
no
thing.
doubt about that. Boat's running strong this morning.
Yeah. Well, they were tweaking on it yesterday, and we were talking about Solus impellers, small changes.
Yeah.
Can give you a huge difference.
God, that impeller tuning is just a fine art, isn't it?
It truly is.
Kind of black magic a little bit, right?
No question.
Kind of like suspension tuning in motorcycles. Just
Well,
everybody's got their own techniques and their own vision of what works.
Yeah, it's experimentation, too. The more you do it, the greater your body of knowledge. And, there's nothing like TOT, time on track, or testing on water.
I had a great conversation years ago with the late, great Bill Chapin about that, and he was telling me some of the stuff he used to do when he was tuning really with Christy Carlson back in the day, and the things he would do to the impeller. It was really interesting to see the amount of effort and time put into just that one component of the watercraft.
Well, did he tell you about the times that he told Christy he did something and he actually didn't? And she got faster?
Well, that's a whole nother level of inspiration.
Right? No.
But he did some things it just blew my mind, the amount of work he would put into that. And I had no idea.
Yeah, and he had a unique view of things. He had a slightly different view than everyone else, and wasn't always right, but when it was spectacular because nobody else was thinking that way.
Yeah, he was as good as it got, man. He was one of the masters, to be sure.
Yeah, it's too bad. Too bad he's gone a little early.
Great loss to the sport. Really, really sad. But interesting. I spent a lot of time talking to him and learned a lot. I will say that, as did many, many people.
I was just going to say, I think everybody he talked to learned a lot.
He helped a lot of people go faster in the sport. No question about it.
Well, Bentley looks like she lost a little distance that time. Yeah, Ski GP riders, better gas up, get ready, hit the line for Moto number 2. After your race, we'll have a short break and get back to it with the third and final motos for the juniors. Halfway flags are out, so ski riders, prepare yourselves and your holders if you can. Saunter on up to the starting line. Well, Rick, standing up here with Rick Ignacio and Rick from Airstream Ventures, I feel kind of out of place as the only non-Rick on the tower. And
all right,
as Keller comes by to lap up into the field, Peter Dixon does the sportsmanlike thing, moves over, and Bentley Dearman going to try the inside this time, Rick. Did the right thing, got a lap rider in front of her.
Yep.
Good decisions for her age, I'm telling you. Tom Keller.
A lot of speed from that young lady this weekend.
Yeah. Cannot tell you how much faster she looks now than the last time we saw her last year. And that's a credit to time on water and, of course, great lineage, huh? How would you love to be Billy Dearman's kid? Strong man, great moral character, multi-time champion, and all-around great guy.
Absolutely.
Seriously.
So
he's
much.
One of the people that I admire most in our sport. Not just for his own riding ability, but for what he does for the sport and other riders. And Bentley goes down.
Well said.
Coming off the back straight there.
Well said, Kurt. Couldn't agree more.
And, of course, that's the announcer's curse, and Bentley comes off.
Absolutely.
So, there you go.
Right on time.
Yep. Thanks, Nolenberg.
Right on time.
Wasn't a difficult bail. Looks like she basically slid out over there. That's an X-Racer there. Rick was watching you get up and moan. All right, Peter Dixon coming across the line. Yeah. All right, Bentley up and running. Yeah, got it running again. Oh, she's having some issues with that thing. Might have got a little water in there. We'll see. Yep, got it fired up again. Let's see if she can keep it running. Yeah, the problem is when you get water in a machine like this, you want to go around the buoy. As you turn sideways, it dies just like that. Yep. And they'll be cleaning that thing out when they get back.
That is a fact. Billy's like, oh, boy, more work.
Yep.
More work. Dad in the pit's work is never done.
Yep. Let me go let's get the siphon going. Pull the plugs, turn that thing upside down. All right. Well, white flag is getting ready to come out. Our Pro Ski GP riders, we need you and your machines to the line. Yep, Sean Dudek's not going to be late to the line. He's here. He's enthused. He's ready to go.
I see the 114 right there, man. He's not messing around. He keeps it ready to go.
That's a gorgeous boat, isn't it? I love the look of that thing.
It is.
Yeah, right. Marcio Benedetti, you going to come to the line? Yeah, okay. David Cabrera, Kyle Fabro. We need you up here. One more time. Pro Ski GP to the line. And Bentley Dearman makes it through. Boat still running. That's a good sign. That's a great sign, actually.
Find it now. GPS is toys, anything you own that is a potential liability to be stolen. You need to check out Find It Now, because that will really benefit you if something unfortunate happens and somebody decides to do something really crappy like steal your equipment. You'll be able to track it down. It'll help law enforcement.
Yep, absolutely.
And you can get it back much more easily if you equip your toys or whatever equipment with Find It Now GPS. Go online, look up Find It Now GPS security, and you will be very, very happy you did in case you're the unfortunate victim of theft.
And unfortunately, we have a rider here that knows all about that. And I'll tell you, Rick, I've had a racing bike stolen from me, and it was devastating. It was life-changing. It literally pushed me to move back to the other coast of the country.
Yeah, it makes you
it was
sick.
frustrating.
It makes you absolutely sick. It makes me sick to even hear about these things. But we do have a great sponsor called Find It Now, GPS Security, and it will be of great benefit if that actually happens to you.
Yeah, and don't think it's an Apple AirTag. You're not going to get a $40 Apple AirTag that's going to perform the way that a Find It Now device will. The Fin uses the GPS network that's out there, doesn't rely on other people's phones.
Right. Now, definitely a must-have.
Absolutely.
CBS Sports Network. We love CBS Sports Network. Been broadcasting pro watercross for many years now.
Yep.
And you'll be able to watch the action from this event in a couple of weeks. Broadcast on CBS Sports Network. And we're looking forward to seeing that show here coming up.
Absolutely. You can find the airtime at prowatercross.com.org.
It's funny, I talk to people all the time. They call me or, text me or something and say, hey, saw the show. They could be anywhere in the country.
Right.
All over the place. And they're like, hey, we saw the show.
Yeah.
I just watched it, man. That was awesome. So really, really fun when you hear from people that watched it and comment on it. So CBS Sports Network.
I get that all the time, Rick. People calling, hey, do you see Rick on Pro Watercross Tour? I said, yeah, I was right there with him. What the heck? Okay. So we're missing one D Cabrera. Yeah, looks like he's coming to the line. Here we go. Now, I'm not saying he's a diva, but last to the line, come on, man.
Well, I think he's 57 now.
Right.
And you wouldn't know it by looking at him, but I think he's conserving every ounce of energy because, Kyle Fabro put it to him in Moto number 1. It was a turn of events from yesterday where David completely dominated, although Fabro was on him the entire day. I mean, he was right behind him looking for a mistake, and I think Kyle said, you know what? He didn't make a mistake one time yesterday,
right?
So I'm going to have to get the whole shot and get in front today.
Yep. And now, because he won the first moto, Fabro has his choice of lane where he wants to be.
Yep. So let's see.
And the inside worked for him last time.
Yeah,
so.
It sure did. Look at the lake is glassing off. It's been smooth all morning. There's not much of a breeze today. Hopefully it comes up in a little while. But Fabro, on the inside, held that inside, really just made some unbelievably clean turns in that inside split on the first lap off the start. Took the lead over David. David came from the outside and held it the entire moto.
Yeah, it's deja vu all over again, except switch riders and boats.
Yeah.
Cabrera was absolutely flawless all day yesterday. But, you said it in the third moto, and I agree. Not one time did I see not one stuff in a corner, not one bad decision, smooth from buoy to buoy. Riding that back straightaway like it was flat when it wasn't. And Kyle Fabro's emulating that this morning.
Well, that's apparently the only way to beat Cabrera is to not get behind him from the start.
Is it to be perfect?
Yesterday it did not work out. So David took the win overall yesterday and all 3 moto wins. But today, now Kyle's got the Moto 1 win under his belt and looking to add to it. He needs one more win out of these final 2 motos, and he can take the overall for the day, and they'll leave Sebring tied for points in the Pro Ski GP class.
No offense to David, but you don't know how much I want to see that happen.
Well,
that bodes well for the rest of the series. These two battling lap after lap, that's phenomenal.
I think that's going to happen regardless of what we think, because they are very, very fierce competitors, really pretty evenly matched, certainly by what we saw in the first moto here this morning with Kyle taking that win over Cabrera. And I don't know, you might be right. I mean, maybe a little fatigue from yesterday. You know, David's got, 20 years plus over Kyle in age. Although he is incredibly fit, you would not know his age by looking at him, I guarantee you. But, it does take a toll.
Well, he practices at the Fountain of Youth.
Yeah, there's no question about that. You would think he was from St. Augustine.
Right, I was going to say, we went there. All right, our starter, Randy, says, you guys ready? You're gone. Oh, Cabrera first off the line by a mile. Fabro strong on the inside. Cabrera screaming around the outside, though.
Well, I tell you what, Cabrera's definitely got the loudest ski.
What?
And Fabro now on the inside. Oh, but you're right.
Yeah.
Look at Cabrera. Cabrera got
That's
a better jump. Here comes Cabrera with some steam, but Fabro's going to hold on. Is he? No. Cabrera not going to be denied.
That is Kyle Fabro looking over at David Cabrera, eye to eye, helmet to helmet, and backing down. Right there. Can't say as I blame him.
Yeah, I can't either.
Although if I think I held it on, Cabrera would have moved over for sure.
I do too.
I don't see Cabrera in very many.
Easy to say from up here, though.
Yeah.
With a 70 plus mile per hour
guided missile
stand up. Yeah, guided missile coming at you.
And is he going to go inside? He does. Fabro feels like the inside's faster, and it is it was last time when he nailed it. But boy, I'll tell you what, just half a second off the start, it's turned into 10 boat lengths right now.
Well, I think finishing second in the first moto really lit the fire underneath Cabrera here.
Yeah, honestly, I'd like to see Kyle come off that last buoy, hold it a little wider, more towards the sausage buoy there, so that he can get a straighter line through here, because as I've watched, that's what's slowing him down. He's slowing down,
slower,
trying to make it a sharper turn, and he really needs to come out there earlier so he can come the other direction.
Well, yeah, coming off that to outside, you're right. It's more of a straight line than a turn for Cabrera, than Fabro having to make a little bit more of a turn there. And there's a huge difference in speed when you have to do that.
And as skilled as both these riders are, minor little to see how far he could come in earlier, but he doesn't because he's setting up for the next buoy.
And he's not letting off on this turn as much. Now Fabro attacked it pretty nicely this lap.
And he came out wider. You can see it from the spray, from the pump wash, excuse me. And one more time through. Whoa, Marcio.
Yeah, I saw that.
On that SXR, they could be a little tippy there.
Well, that boat is so heavy.
Yeah.
That hull is huge, and that boat is heavy. And if you get it going the wrong direction, it's not like the old jet skis you could throw them around.
No.
That thing you do not throw around. You guide it.
It throws you around.
You guide it around. At best. And he's learning. I mean, let's say no question about it. Marcio, getting better and better, but he was riding sit-downs until recently.
Right, and there's definitely a learning curve. And look at him. He gets right out of the way.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys go.
Well, now Cabrera really opening it up over Fabro here in Moto 2. I think he was not happy at all with this finish in Moto number 1, Kurt.
Yeah.
And Fabro continues to take that outside line, the outside split now as well.
Halfway flags are out. So at the end of this race, Rick, we're going to take a half-hour break. Let everybody fuel up their boats, fuel up their bodies.
Yep.
And then we'll be right back at it at 11:30.
Perfect.
For our third and final round of motos.
Absolutely perfecto.
Yeah.
Magnifico.
Sean Dudek having himself a little battle with Marcio.
Yeah.
Dudek, all the way from New Hampshire, came down to race the Pro Watercross Series.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I don't believe I'd met him before yesterday, and what a nice guy.
Yeah, we hadn't met him prior to this, and he and I wound up talking in the parking lot for a while. Both lived and raced in Laconia, New Hampshire. We started talking about.
Did he race the road race bikes?
No, dirt bikes.
Dirt bikes, okay.
Yeah, and but shops that I worked at, he knew of or had been into. And
oh, cool.
Places he had been
small
raced,
world, huh?
Yeah, I know, crazy, right?
Yeah,
and
it really is.
What, 40, 50 years later?
And you road raced up there, right?
Yes. Yep. Well, did both. Off-road
and road.
And road. Not consecutively, not at the same time.
Multi-talented, Kurt.
Yeah, not good at much, but I could talk for a while.
That's for sure.
Man, David Cabrera is really on point in this moto. He is. Look how wide he came out.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay, he could have cut it easier.
But you can see the results.
Yeah.
He makes this more of a straight line.
Exactly.
And he's a little tighter.
Little tighter.
And comes and backs it off right there.
Way too
Big
early.
difference, right?
Yep.
Huge difference right there. That's a boat length in that one turn.
And I really hope that he sees the video of this.
Yeah.
So he can see what the difference is.
He'll learn from it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Cabrera's got this wired in front here.
Oh, no question.
He comes out wide, doesn't make much of a turn. You want to turn the corners into as much of a straight line as is humanly possible, right?
Yep.
I mean, from road racing,
Yep.
I mean, you know that better than anybody.
You want to get on the gas as early as possible and hold it on for as long as possible, and having a straight line is the way to do that.
Absolutely.
It's just absolutely joyous to watch Cabrera come through here.
He is just on it, man. Just full throttle coming out of that split. Really on the gas, looking good. He has not made a bobble this moto.
Nope.
Like I said, I think Fabro kind of lit the fire in that first moto.
Oh, yeah, no question. And you know what's great about this? They're going to be tied on points at the end of this race.
I know. I was just
third
thinking.
moto is going to be phenomenal.
I was just thinking that is going to be
it, folks.
awesome.
Yeah.
That'll be the final moto of the weekend.
Oh, that's true. Huh?
And it's going to be a good one. God, it
Wow.
seems like we just started.
Man, let's do it all over again.
I was telling Rick, I definitely am missing Rick from Airstream. I'm definitely missing the race fuel this morning.
Yeah. Sean Dudek, we kind of watching the way he rides. He is certainly quick, but not as committed in the corners as Fabro and Cabrera are. White flag out for David Cabrera. One more lap to go, and once again,
Well, I'll tell you what, the effort by Fabro is definitely there and has been the entire weekend. He has never relaxed behind Cabrera, even when the finish was relatively set in stone.
Didn't matter.
He has kept it on until he crosses that finish line every single moto.
Well, Cabrera.
Boy, look at the lead he's opened up.
I was just going to say he had the whole back straight away.
I'll tell you what,
That's pretty amazing.
He was lit going into this one. He was not going to be denied.
I think he hit that extra fun switch on the handlebar or something.
The nitrous?
Yeah. Oh, that's never happened. All right, another race win for David Cabrera. Second position coming off the left-hand side of the course, Kyle Fabreau. Fabreau hitting and getting, but didn't get the start he needed to. And next moto, Cabrera will get his choice of sides. We'll see where he goes.
So we're going to take a quick 30-minute break, let everybody refuel, get the bodies refueled, and we will be back with the third and final motos of the first round of the 2025 LIQUI-MOLY Pro Watercross Triple Crown in just a little bit.
Yeah, great opportunity to go over and check out all the merchandise at the truck, get a size that fits you, and we look forward to seeing you over there.
Pro Watercross has enjoyed 25 successful seasons on the water. The world's greatest watercross racers excite the senses, engage audiences, and build communities through integrated campaigns that get results.
It's a great tour. It hits a lot of hot spots. It travels, a lot of the U.S., and it brings you to all kinds of different demographics of people that you're racing against, people that you don't get to see all the time. It's a tour that is complete, from kids racing to adults racing, a lot of spectators, and just the best locations to go to. Daytona, Panama City Beach, Pensacola. We're in Georgia, Racine, Wisconsin, Texas. We go everywhere.
Beautiful spot, Naples, Florida. You can't get any better than that. And LIQUI-MOLY launching this range, its marine range, partnering with such a great entity is just beautiful.
For season 26 and beyond, Pro Watercross continues its leadership role in environmental education, safety, and with a family-friendly vibe.
A lot of good people here. It's a good place to raise your kids and teach them how to succeed in a competitive environment. I've been doing it since 1996. My 17-year-old son's now three-time world champion at jet ski racing, and he grew up by my side.
Are you ready? Get online with prowatercross.org.
Somebody comes out of this race as a world champion.
My name is Juan Liscano, and I ride for Miami Jet Ski Shop. Miami Jet Ski Shop sticks to LIQUI-MOLY, where we keep all our vehicles tip-top with the best in the industry. When it comes to performance or servicing, there's nothing better in the market than LIQUI-MOLY.
LIQUI-MOLY has been #1 in Germany for the past 10 years in motor oils and additives. We're super excited to bring the marine range now in North America. All that experience in the performance and the racing industry translated into the marine world couldn't be a better combination. Are you scared of using your warranty? Well, you shouldn't. LIQUI-MOLY marine product has all the approvals from the National Marine Manufacturers Association, FCW, TCW3, and also API specs. Please refer to your owner's manual for ride viscosity. Use the best to maintain your passion.
Hey everyone, my name's Valentina Lescano. I'm here at Pro Watercross for our jet ski racing. We're sponsored by LIQUI-MOLY. Thanks to them, we have our strong boats and we're able to podium. I've been racing for about 4 years now, and ever since I joined LIQUI-MOLY, I'll never go back.
Pro Watercross has enjoyed 25 successful seasons on the water. The world's greatest watercross racers excite the senses, engage audiences, and build communities through integrated campaigns that get results.
It's a great tour. It hits a lot of hot spots. It travels, a lot of the U.S. And it brings you to all kinds of different demographics of people that you're racing against, people that you don't get to see all the time. It's a tour that is complete, from kids racing to adults racing, a lot of spectators, and just the best locations to go to. Daytona, Panama City Beach, Pensacola. We're in Georgia, Racine, Wisconsin, Texas. We go everywhere.
Beautiful spot, Naples, Florida. You can't get any better than that. And LIQUI-MOLY launching this range, it's marine range, partnering with such a great entity is just beautiful.
For season 26 and beyond, Pro Watercross continues its leadership role in environmental education, safety, and with a family-friendly vibe.
A lot of good people here. It's a good place to raise your kids and teach them how to succeed in a competitive environment. I've been doing it since 1996. My 17-year-old son's now three-time world champion at jet ski racing, and he grew up by my side.
Are you ready? Get online with ProWatercross.org.
Somebody comes out of this race as a world champion.
My name is Juan Liscano, and I ride for Miami Jet Ski Shop. Miami Jet Ski Shop sticks to LIQUI-MOLY, where we keep all our vehicles tip-top with the best in the industry. When it comes to performance or servicing, there's nothing better in the market than LIQUI-MOLY.
LIQUI-MOLY has been #1 in Germany for the past 10 years in motor oils and additives. We're super excited to bring the marine range now in North America. All that experience in the performance and the racing industry translated into the marine world couldn't be a better combination. Are you scared of using your warranty? Well, you shouldn't. LIQUI-MOLY marine product has all the approvals from the National Marine Manufacturers Association, FCW, TCW3, and also API specs. Please refer to your owner's manual for right viscosity. Use the best to maintain your passion.
Hey everyone, my name is Valentina Lescano. I'm here at Pro Watercross for our jet ski racing. We're sponsored by LIQUI-MOLY. Thanks to them, we have our strong boats and we're able to podium. I've been racing for about 4 years now, and ever since I joined LIQUI-MOLY, I'll never go back.
Pro Watercross has enjoyed 25 successful seasons on the water. The world's greatest watercross racers excite the senses, engage audiences, and build communities through integrated campaigns that get results.
It's a great tour. It hits a lot of hot spots. It travels, a lot of the U.S., and it brings you to all kinds of different demographics of people that you're racing against, people that you don't get to see all the time. It's a tour that is complete, from kids racing to adults racing, a lot of spectators, and just the best locations to go to. Daytona, Panama City Beach, Pensacola. We're in Georgia, Racine, Wisconsin, Texas. We go everywhere.
Beautiful spot, Naples, Florida. You can't get any better than that. And LIQUI-MOLY launching this range, it's marine range, partnering with such a great entity is just beautiful.
For season 26 and beyond, Pro Watercross continues its leadership role in environmental education, safety, and with a family-friendly vibe.
A lot of good people here. It's a good place to raise your kids and teach them how to succeed in a competitive environment. I've been doing it since 1996. My 17-year-old son's now a three-time world champion at jet ski racing, and he grew up by my side.
Are you ready? Get online with prowatercross.org.
Somebody comes out of this race as a world champion.
My name is Juan Liscano, and I ride for Miami Jet Ski Shop. Miami Jet Ski Shop sticks to LIQUI-MOLY, where we keep all our vehicles tip-top with the best in the industry. When it comes to performance or servicing, there's nothing better in the market than LIQUI-MOLY.
LIQUI-MOLY has been #1 in Germany for the past 10 years in motor oils and additives. We're super excited to bring the marine range now in North America. All that experience in the performance and the racing industry translated into the marine world couldn't be a better combination. Are you scared of using a warranty? Well, you shouldn't. LIQUI-MOLY marine product has all the approvals from the National Marine Manufacturers Association, FCW, TCW3, and also API specs. Please refer to your owner's manual for ride viscosity. Use the best to maintain your passion.
Hey everyone, my name is Valentina Lescano. I'm here at Pro Watercross for our jet ski racing. We're sponsored by LIQUI-MOLY. Thanks to them, we have our strong boats and we're able to podium. I've been racing for about 4 years now, and ever since I joined LIQUI-MOLY, I'll never go back.
Watercross has enjoyed 25 successful seasons on the water. The world's greatest watercross racers excite the senses, engage audiences, and build communities through integrated campaigns that get results.
It's a great tour. It hits a lot of hot spots. It travels, a lot of the U.S., and it brings you to all kinds of different demographics of people that you're racing against, people that you don't get to see all the time. It's a tour that is complete, from kids racing to adults racing, a lot of spectators, and just the best locations to go to. Daytona, Panama City Beach, Pensacola. We're in Georgia, Racine, Wisconsin, Texas. We go everywhere.
Beautiful spot, Naples, Florida. You can't get any better than that. And LIQUI-MOLY launching this range, its marine range, partnering with such a great entity is just beautiful.
For season 26 and beyond, Pro Watercross continues its leadership role in environmental education, safety, and with a family-friendly vibe.
A lot of good people here. It's a good place to raise your kids and teach them how to succeed in a competitive environment. I've been doing it since 1996. My 17-year-old son's now three-time world champion at jet ski racing, and he grew up by my side.
Are you ready? Get online with ProWatercross.org.
Somebody comes out of this race as a world champion.
My name is Juan Liscano, and I ride for Miami Jet Ski Shop. Miami Jet Ski Shop sticks to LIQUI-MOLY, where we keep all our vehicles tip-top with the best in the industry. When it comes to performance or servicing, there's nothing better in the market than LIQUI-MOLY.
LIQUI-MOLY has been #1 in Germany for the past 10 years in motor oils and additives. We're super excited to bring the marine range now in North America. All that experience in the performance and the racing industry translated into the marine world couldn't be a better combination. Are you scared of using your warranty? Well, you shouldn't. LIQUI-MOLY marine product has all the approvals from the National Marine Manufacturers Association, FCW, TCW3, and also API specs. Please refer to your owner's manual for ride viscosity. Use the best to maintain your passion.
Hey everyone, my name is Valentina Lescano. I'm here at Pro Watercross for our jet ski racing. We're sponsored by LIQUI-MOLY. Thanks to them, we have our strong boats and we're able to podium. I've been racing for about 4 years now, and ever since I joined LIQUI-MOLY, I'll never go back.
Pro Watercross has enjoyed 25 successful seasons on the water. The world's greatest watercross racers excite the senses, engage audiences, and build communities through integrated campaigns that get results.
It's a great tour. It hits a lot of hot spots. It travels, a lot of the U.S., and it brings you to all kinds of different demographics of people that you're racing against, people that you don't get to see all the time. It's a tour that is complete, from kids racing to adults racing, a lot of spectators, and just the best locations to go to. Daytona, Panama City Beach, Pensacola. We're in Georgia, Racine, Wisconsin, Texas. We go everywhere.
Beautiful spot, Naples, Florida. You can't get any better than that. And LIQUI-MOLY launching this range, it's marine range, partnering with such a great entity is just beautiful.
For season 26 and beyond, Pro Watercross continues its leadership role in environmental education, safety, and with a family-friendly vibe.
A lot of good people here. It's a good place to raise your kids and teach them how to succeed in a competitive environment. I've been doing it since 1996. My 17-year-old son's now a three-time world champion at jet ski racing, and he grew up by my side.
Are you ready? Get online with ProWatercross.org.
Somebody comes out of this race as a world champion.
My name is Juan Liscano, and I ride for Miami Jet Ski Shop. Miami Jet Ski Shop sticks to LIQUI-MOLY, where we keep all our vehicles tip-top with the best in the industry. When it comes to performance or servicing, there's nothing better in the market than LIQUI-MOLY.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to start the third and final set of motos. Race number 10, no, excuse me, race 10.
Excited to bring the marine range now in North America. All that experience in the
Sports stock
and the racing industry.
We're going to get sport to the line.
Couldn't be a better combination.
Jim Hill, Tom Keller, Peter Dixon, and Bentley Dearman. Fire it up, head on down. You will be the first of our complete motos today. Following the final moto of Pro Ski, we will have our awards presentation over here and run everything through. So, to the line, sport class, you are up, moto number 3.
We're sponsored by LIQUI-MOLY. Thanks to them, we have our strong boats and we're able to podium. I've been racing for about 4 years now, and ever since I joined LIQUI-MOLY, I'll never go back.
Check, check. All right, so we're going to change that just a little bit. I got made aware that we're putting away some of the equipment over there that has a little bit of an issue. So we'll give it a few more minutes. You guys don't need to come to the line quite yet. Hang out. It's going to be a few minutes while they secure a piece of equipment in there, so you can relax. All right, scoring out there. Headed that direction. We need our scorers out there.
Watercross has enjoyed 25 successful seasons on the water. The world's greatest watercross racers excite the senses, engage audiences, and build communities through integrated campaigns that get results.
It's a great tour. It hits a lot of hot spots. It travels, a lot of the U.S., and it brings you to all kinds of different demographics of people that you're racing against, people that you don't get to see all the time. It's a tour that is complete, from kids racing to adults racing, a lot of spectators, and just the best locations to go to. Daytona, Panama City Beach, Pensacola. We're in Georgia, Racine, Wisconsin, Texas. We go everywhere.
Beautiful spot, Naples, Florida. You can't get any better than that. And LIQUI-MOLY launching this range, it's marine range, partnering with such a great entity is just beautiful.
For season 26 and beyond, Pro Watercross continues its leadership role in environmental education, safety, and with a family-friendly vibe.
A lot of good people here. It's a good place to raise your kids and teach them how to succeed in a competitive environment. I've been doing it since 1996. My 17-year-old son's now three-time world champion at jet ski racing, and he grew up by my side.
Are you ready? Get online with prowatercross.org.
Somebody comes out of this race as a world champion.
Looks like we're just about getting ready to go, I think. We're going to check on that. Our course marshals were doing a little boat maintenance, so we're waiting for them to
My name's Juan
get
Liscano,
back
and
on
I
the
ride
water.
for ProAm Jet Ski Shop.
Oh, 12 laps. I just heard 12 laps. You guys got
ProAm
fuel?
Jet Ski Shop sticks to LIQUI-MOLY, where we keep all our vehicles tip top with the best in the
Isn't that
industry.
great?
12 laps.
Everybody gets you those kind of laps for sure.
Woo.
You got the time? Well, you guys deserve
When
to
it comes to
have the
performance
play
or
time.
servicing, there's nothing better in the market than LIQUI-MOLY.
Right?
LIQUI-MOLY has been #1 in Germany for the past 10 years in motor oils and additives. We're super excited to bring the marine range now in North America. All that experience in the performance and the racing industry translated into the marine world couldn't be a better combination. Are you scared of using a warranty? Well, you shouldn't. LIQUI-MOLY marine product has all the approvals from the National Marine Manufacturers Association, FCW, TCW3, and also API specs. Please refer to your owner's manual for right viscosity. Use the best to maintain your passion.
Hey everyone, my name's Valentina Lescano. I'm here at Pro Watercross for our jet ski racing. We're sponsored by LIQUI-MOLY. Thanks to them, we have our strong boats and we're able to podium. I've been racing for about 4 years now, and ever since I joined LIQUI-MOLY, I'll never go back.
All right, sport class, raring to go. The third and final moto, and here we go. Killer, hard off the line on the inside, and there goes Bentley Dearman. This could be an exciting trip through here. There she goes. Oh, yeah. Oh, Bentley Dearman's going to make a charge here. Look out, Killer. Bentley Dearman is on her way. And she has got the speed, makes the turn. And Killer Keller is in second position for the first time this weekend. Bentley Dearman putting the pedal to the metal. She's trying that outside. Dearman on the inside. A great opportunity to see which one is quicker. Keller tearing up the inside. Dearman really strong on the outside. Dearman makes the turn. She's on the straightaway. She's got a head of speed. We'll see where we go at top speed. And Keller makes the move on the inside. Bentley right behind. Got in his pump wash, and that's going to allow him to pull away just a little bit. Oh, dude, yeah. I was going to just drop it down. All right, here we go. Keller with the lead. Dearman in second. Bentley taking the inside and Keller on the outside. Now, Keller was into that a little early, so we'll see what happens here. A little earlier than Bentley, but Maverick, you missed it. Bentley Dearman took the outside, didn't add that additional buoy, and got the start.
Do you mean
right here?
Do you mean me or Maverick?
Yes. Do you see it?
No.
Yeah. And, dude,
You
held
said
it on. They were side by side right through here, and she got it all the way through.
Maverick got it. You claim Maverick didn't see it. He saw it. He sees everything.
I didn't say that. You said it.
Maverick's the eye in the sky.
Yes, he is. Oh, look at this. Keller now starting to look over his shoulder. And here comes Bentley Dearman. Oh, yeah, that young lady getting him something to think about. And looks like they figured out whatever the problem was with her boat. It seems to be running strong.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is a 12-lap moto number 3, Kurt, and this is going to be a long affair.
It's exciting. Well, we're into the, what is this, the third lap now? Second full lap. So Keller is gaining a little bit of distance there, but every time Bentley gets the opportunity to have some clear water, that machine is hooking up and going.
Yeah, juniors are coming up next. Junior skis up next to the starting line. We need the junior ski riders. They will be on the line next. Once again, junior skis, you will be on the line next. Thank you. Junior ski riders, you will be up next. You don't have to stress too much. This is a 12-lap moto number 3, so they are going to be out there for a little bit, but you guys will be up next. Dixon now with Keller coming by to make a pass. And look at Bentley Dearman right behind Keller. And she decides, instead of going to the outside, makes a late decision, it looks like, to go to the inside to follow Keller. Good decision. She get by Dixon more than likely without having to make an actual pass. No, she's not. But she will go by very quickly, I have a feeling, because she is putting in some hot laps here in Sebring. Bentley Dearman, 13 years old, looking really good on that Sea-Doo HX. Of course, 222, Tom Killer Keller out in front as he has been pretty much the entire weekend. But Bentley Dearman has really, opened some eyes up here with the speed that she has come into this event with, and she is really looking good out there on that HX as she gets by Dixon by taking the inside split here on the left side. Now Dixon behind Dearman, and boy, Dearman still keeping the pace with Tom Keller.
Right, six laps down, 6 to go. Halfway flags are there. She may run the old man down. Let's see what happens here.
Oh, wow. That's a little strong.
It is a little strong, but look, she's still one buoy back. I mean, it's not like he's got a half a lap lead.
Luckily, Tom likes you.
Oh, yeah, of course. He'd like to see her do well, too. I mean, he's a competitor, but,
Absolutely. She's looking.
Everybody loves the kids,
Yep.
To do well.
Yeah, Bentley looking so good this weekend. What a difference from last year. We saw her first race, and, it was very tentative. I mean, in many ways,
No
which is
really.
to be expected. 12. She was, 12 years old, first race. But boy, fast forward to 2025, and it's enormous difference. Billy out injured this year,
Yeah, wow.
unfortunately.
It just hurts to watch him walk, dude.
Yeah, that's a brutal injury. Achilles are rough, to say the least. That's a year recovery for the most part on an Achilles problem.
That ends a lot of football players' careers.
It really does. I mean, it's hard to come back from that for some. Some do, but it takes a year plus to really recover.
Absolutely, no question about it. That's why I'm looking forward to Christian McCaffrey this year. He's had a whole most of a season and an
half the
off-season.
49ers are gone from last year.
Yeah,
It's
we
going to be
picked
a
up
whole
lot of new ones.
Going to be a whole new team.
Yeah. Well, they kept some solid ones, but look at this. Bentley is starting to close in on Killer Keller here. She's getting closer, Rick.
Yeah, no, she's riding strong.
I can feel the countdown coming.
She is really putting in some good laps behind Keller, no question about it. She's looked good all weekend, and she is finishing really strong here in this third and final moto here on Sunday at Sebring. Round number 1 of the 2025 LIQUI-MOLY Pro Watercross Triple Crown. A few weeks from now, we will be north of here in a beautiful little area called
Keystone Heights.
Keystone Heights, outside of Jacksonville, Jacksonville and
Gainesville, right in between, 50-50.
We actually flew into Gainesville last year.
So another race in Florida. Gotta love it. Look at this, Bentley Dearman. And Keller looks over his shoulder, shakes his head. He's like, how's this chick hanging with me now?
Bentley's like, I got you, dude. I'm on it, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm coming for you, Killer.
Did you see the target that Billy painted on the back of Keller's life jacket there?
That was Billy.
Just to make it clear.
Yeah. So, yeah. Tom Keller, no stranger to a Dearman in sport racing,
right?
Just a different one.
It's like, really? Now I've got another Dearman?
a much younger version now. Keller 55, Bentley Dearman 13. I mean, are you kidding me? What a spread age-wise. Amazing, right? That is pretty wild when you think about it. And Bentley holding her own here in moto number 3 with Tom Keller.
Oh, she's pursuing him. Look at this. I'm taking the other side, old man. Look out. Trying the inside, trying the outside. She followed him through on the outside last time on the split on the far right-hand side or lap before. Let's see what he's going outside. She's going to follow. Likes that outside split.
Absolutely. She does. She wanted to go to it earlier in the race, and Dixon was out there, and she swung wide to go there and went, no, I'm going to go inside instead. It was pretty interesting because she was set on going outside and made a last-second decision, but that's she's 13.
You know what's funny, though? That she only did that because she's been at the races for her entire life.
That's a
fact. And she knows, wait a minute, lap rider there, we're going faster. No, I don't want to do it. Oh, wait a minute, this is going to, okay, I'm taking it.
Exactly.
That'll become automatic soon.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt about it.
Mr. Dixon coming through, having himself a ball. Great Sunday morning ride.
Oh, it is still Sunday morning. Barely, but it is. It feels a little later, but Sunday morning still. White flag comes out. Tom Keller breathes a sigh of relief.
Yes, he does. And he goes inside. Here's the opportunity. Oh, well. We'll see what happens in the final split. Dad's like, just ride on his tail the whole time. He'll fall. I used to do it to him all the time. No. Tom Keller really riding this HX well. He has had himself a weekend, no question about it. Bentley going to do the only thing she can, take the outside, see if she can cut a fast time through here.
Why not? Well, Keller's got about 1 million laps on that HX. Yeah. That is a fact.
I don't know how many motors he's gone through on that thing.
Can you imagine?
Over the decades,
and Dixon comes by. He's got one more lap to go, and the checkered flag's going to come out for Tom Keller, and Bentley right behind him at the finish line, saying, hey, look, bud, I'm right here. Nice riding for both.
Hey, old man. No. All right, that was great. We got our juniors on the final moto. Junior riders, 10 to 12 and 13 to 15, two different classes. These are the future stars of our sport.
All four have just looked outstanding all weekend long. 3 motos yesterday. This will be the third today. So 6 motos in all, and every one of them has looked absolutely phenomenal.
No question about it. No question about it. Spooner, Meyer, Cash. Braden Dill. Braden from one of our favorite Floridian towns, Naples.
Absolutely.
Had a lot of good fun there.
You bet.
I'll tell you what, man. Sebring has been really joyous to us year after year after year.
Yeah, and it really has. Great host city for pro watercross, and we have enjoyed coming here.
No question about it. Oh, these kids are going to get their work in. Their parents are getting there. Parents are going to be able to go out, grab some lunch, bring it back.
12 laps for the juniors.
Clean up the track before these guys get off track.
Man. I hope they fueled up those super jets.
Yeah, that's right. They're 2-strokes. Oh, they might have to have a pit stop, refill.
Never know. Possible.
That is one of the most nerve-wracking things to do in a racing is refilling a machine. That doesn't matter whether it's a motorcycle, car, jet ski. All right, girls, everybody got to be out of the water when the racers are gone. That means out of the water on the beach, please. Come on. Thank you. You guys are playing. You can't see if a boat comes out of control over here. And your lives are way more valuable than any kind of racing.
All right, here we go. Third moto of the juniors underway.
Boy, tight on the inside, tight on the outside. Who's sweeping on the outside there, Rick?
Can't see from back here. That looks like maybe Kylie Meyer back there, but I'm going to take a wild guess and say that's Spooner out in front.
I think it's
on
a
the
good
inside.
Guess.
Is that Kylie? Kylie on the outside making the turn. No, that's not Kylie.
No, Kylie's on the inside.
No, that's Spooner going into the lead.
Yep, that's
coming
Kylie
from the
second.
outside. Yeah, absolutely. Now, speaking of the fuel you're talking about, the nerve-wracking part, motorcycle racing is thinking, did I turn the gas on? I mean, how many people have taken off from the starting line and gone a little bit and run out of gas and forgot to turn the gas on?
That is not a good situation.
It happens more than you would know.
Yep.
More than you would guess, I guess.
Yeah, I think you see that more on off-road bikes than
that's what I
road
mean.
racing bikes.
That's definitely. I have zero experience with road racing, so I wouldn't know. But off-road, absolutely.
All right. Top three taking the outside. Nobody pushing on the inside yet.
Spooner out in front one more time down the front straightaway right in front of us here in Sebring.
Braden Dale right there. Kylie Meyer in third. They took the inside. She's going to take the inside as well. Cash McClure follows on that inside course as well. ProAm Ski GP. You will be the final race, and you'll be up when this is over in about 8 more laps. And who was it that just took the makeup buoy there?
Not sure. Was
that Braden Dale?
I think it may have been. But I know Spooner is out in front and absolutely charging once again here in Moto number 3.
Yeah, Braden Dale and then Kylie Meyer. Cameron Spooner makes the turn, looking strong there. Standing up, stretches back just a little bit. Man, that kid's bent over in a full-on attack position. He's got a great sense of riding the buoy. Hit the backside of the buoy. That's the important part, Rick. Get that drive through the next one. Yeah, like I said. Boy, Cameron Spooner has just been unstoppable this weekend to this point. Third and final moto. Braden Dill on that 23.
Right behind Spooner, keeping the pressure on Spooner this race.
Junior skis. So that is Cash McClure from Soddy Daisy, Tennessee in the lead. My bad. I can't believe you guys didn't come over here and tell us we're calling it wrong. And that is, I do believe, Cameron Spooner in second position. Kylie Meyer in third. Oh, that's an angry machine there, boys. I'm angry. I'm angry. This one.
Yes, sirree.
All right, parents of junior ski riders, got to tell you, those numbers are almost impossible to see from here. Plain colors on large backgrounds. Make sure you get announced and scored properly. They look really pretty, but, boy, functionally, they're not the best.
Really hard to make out. Even with binoculars. It just doesn't pop. Black numbers on a white background are really lovely. Just FYI. I know they don't look as cool in the pits.
Yep. And the larger they are, the easier it is to see.
That was clever. I should pull that off. Impressive.
All right. Here comes Kylie Meyer through one more time. Oh, yeah. Pro Ski GP machines. Warming them up. Look at this. We got 3 riders hitting the end of the back straightaway, 3/4 through the way of this race. These guys are getting to it. Inside and outside split. This will be a good opportunity to see who's got the skills head to head.
Man, they are running tight here right now as these laps wind down.
Yeah, Cash McClure.
Boy.
On the gas there. Cash has been out front and just killing it. And I believe that's Cameron Spooner behind him, followed by Kylie Meyer and Braden Dill. Exactly. Their knees are hitting their chin. All right, here's that battle on the inside, outside again. Outside looks like it's running strong, but check them as they come through. Off the inside, strong drive. Boy, that tightened it up a little bit. Cash, look out. Cameron Spooner's coming at you wide open, buddy.
Boy, he's held the lead the entire race. Number 33 out in front. But Spooner has his sights set on him. There is no question as these laps start to wind down here in Sebring. Look at this battle, Kurt.
I'm telling you.
White flag, final lap. Spooner doing everything he can to try to get by Cash with a great race here. Final moto for the juniors this weekend and the best one of the weekend.
Wow. They are going at it. Oh, yeah, there's some talking going on in the pits down here. Parent on parent.
Absolutely. Oh, that's funny.
Oh, man, Cameron doing everything he can to catch up with Cash, but, boy, that kid has got this thing wired right now.
Yeah, Cash. Man, he is a little younger than Spooner, but showing Mr. Spooner the way around the track here in this third moto.
Yes, he is.
And it's going to be close, but I think Cash is going to hang on to this one. I don't know.
Yeah,
going to be
there.
tight. He's got the drive out of that back side of the track. Going to take
Folks,
it.
Put your hands together for our winner, Cash.
Great racing from our junior ski riders here today.
Spooner makes a turn right around, subs it. Here comes Cash. That's definite racer's name.
That's a great name, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he's yeah, these guys are awesome, man. The junior riders are just something else.
So excited. Look at that.
They are fired up,
Look at
man. He's fired up. They in the awards yesterday, they just had these ear to ear grins. And it was really fun to see. Oh, good stuff from our junior riders, man. It's fun.
I'll tell you.
Fun to watch them.
One of the funnest classes to watch. You know, as a grandparent, you can't help but love watching these kids out there. Well, the time has come, Rick. It's the final moto of the weekend, and it couldn't be better. It's ProAm Ski GP, ProAm Ski Stock combined.
Great way to end it, right?
Absolutely, 100%.
It couldn't be any better.
Could not be any better.
So it's going to come down to, right now, looks like Fabro and David Cabrera, who have traded wins here so far today.
And Fabro took the outside after Cabrera took the inside, which is telling.
Well,
now remember, the one time that Kyle got in front of David, he used that inside to good measure.
And he held off David the entire race.
He
and
did.
Took the win.
Let's see what happens.
So maybe the whole shot is really, really more key this weekend than we had anticipated with these flat water conditions. Because today it is really flat.
Yep.
Almost to the point, if they let the riders sit here for a minute, it almost turns to glass in between races.
Right.
It has a couple of times.
Yeah, which is so fun to watch.
Boy, they can just lay those skis over and rip some really beautiful turns on those splits.
Yep. All right. Well, we have Marcio Benedetti, David Cabrera, Sean Dudek, and Kyle Fabro on the line.
Nice to see Sean come from Laconia, New Hampshire,
all
the way down here to Florida to compete this weekend.
Had a ton of fun talking to him about RD 400s, RD
You were in your glory, dude.
Yeah.
Is that his bike?
He wants it to be.
Okay.
I'm serious. You told the guy. He gave him a big number.
It's a nice-looking bike, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's completely stuck, and it's hard to find those.
Yeah, those are beautiful motorcycles. They were great bikes back in the. That's a 70s bike, right?
Yep.
RD 400 Yamaha.
Trying to think.
Triple.
No,
Twin. That's right. Okay, twin.
Yeah, triples. You're thinking
The Kawasaki's, those monsters.
And they were a Kawasaki 350. Then they became a Kawasaki 400. So the RD went to 400.
Yeah.
Triple. And And I road raced one of those in the 24 hours of Nelson Ledges, Ohio.
The triple Kawasaki?
Triple Kawasaki 400.
What were those called? On the tip of my tongue, I can't remember. But those were monsters, weren't they, at the time?
Well, you know, Cage 500, Cage 750, they were spectacular. Did not handle worth a darn.
That's
but
what I
man,
thought.
They were fast.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Uh-oh. Got some
Let's
issue
keep
here.
an eye on Fabro here on the right-hand side and see if he can get a jump on Cabrera this moto, because that is what it's going to take, I think, for him to hope to win. Nope. Bogged off the line.
Even worse than the last time.
It was. He bogged it off the line. That's too bad, because Cabrera is just going to rocket out into the lead on that inside split. And he is going to be really tough to catch here.
Yeah.
12-lap final. Pro Ski GP battle here. Third and final moto at Sebring this weekend. And we get Pro Ski GPs out there. Oh, and Fabro's got a nice drive, but yeah, it's not going to be nearly enough.
Yeah, David Cabrera messed that up for him here. Sean Dudek
Sean
in
got
third
a nice start, too, and he's right up there with Cabrera and Fabro.
Yeah, well, he's going to take that outside, get out of the pump wash. Let's
Nice
see how
move.
that works out.
Well, I think that was a smart move.
Yeah, absolutely, between he and Fabro.
Get some clean water.
Well, Fabro's in that pump wash all the way through.
And Cabrera's already stretched it out.
Oh, yeah.
10 boat lengths plus over Fabro. More, 20 boat lengths.
Bye, baby.
Holy cow. That was quick. Now it's going to be 12 laps. Is there going to be fatigue come into play here?
Yes, but I think we can handle it.
I agree. I agree.
Cabrera out there. I'm not sure he brought his endurance tank with him, though.
Well,
you know those boats really well, Rick. How much fuel does one of those things hold?
You know, these hulls, 16 laps. We just got confirmed 16 laps for this final here in Pro Ski GP. And like I said, with the heat here, I mean, it's not horribly hot and humid, but it's hot.
Yeah.
It's sunny, hot, and, you know, Cabrera's 57, although he's amazingly fit. He's an animal.
Dude.
But 16 laps on these monster skis, and how much fuel do they hold? Enough to do 16 laps. How about that for an answer?
Are you sure?
I forget what size fuel tanks he's having them. I can't remember. I don't know. I'm going to guess 5 gallons maybe.
Yeah. Well, I remember, early on in the sport, and Rick, I know you were close to Kawasaki then, they learned that, lighter wasn't always better, and having some weight to hold that front end down wasn't a bad thing.
No.
Now, I don't know. Do these have baffles in them? These
aftermarket hulls are absolutely nothing like, the OEM hulls, because the OEMs, they have different requirements for flotation.
Right.
That's the biggest thing. The SXR 1500s come with a ton of foam in them because they have to be able to float in all these weird, horrible scenarios that a rider could encounter.
Well, especially with a 4-stroke engine, you want that thing upright if at all possible.
Yeah, exactly. Racing-wise, it's a different world. You don't have to have a fire extinguisher. You don't have to have, registration numbers anymore, any of that stuff. It's real racing equipment that is just designed and specifically outfitted for maximum performance on the closed course.
So let me ask that question differently. Do you know how much fuel they hold?
Like I said, I'm going to guess around 5 gallons.
Really, that little?
Yeah, I wouldn't think they'd require much more than that.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know for a fact, to be honest with you. I don't remember what, the Commanders were the first ones, Bullets, and then the Commanders. And then now you got the Fast Power Sports, which are essentially the same, configuration for the most part as
these
Commanders.
These are both GP1s out there, aren't they?
And they are, those Commander-based hulls.
Yeah.
Fast now and Commander are different, and they're now producing boats that maybe have some subtle differences, but I think by and large, they are still based off the same basic design.
Yeah, well, it's a great design across the planet. People are running these things.
Absolutely. The Pro Forces, which are not out here today, different design, different configuration, but same level of performance, generally speaking.
Yeah, absolutely. Man,
but the Commanders,
I gotta tell you, that's like music to my ears.
Oh, a beautiful sound.
Well, the one ear that I can hear out of.
Beautiful sound. These boats. These are just the absolute nth degree of performance in this sport right now. What we're seeing out here today in Sebring. These are boats designed specifically to win at the highest level of racing in professional jet ski racing.
That's right. Performance above everything else. Every component, the consideration is, will it help me win a race?
And
these things.
And those hulls hook up and rail so hard that it's creates a lot of G-forces and stress on your lower body, knees, and some riders it's a little much for even because they corner so hard, that your body has to be up to the task of pushing these boats. And these riders we're watching here today, are pushing these boats as hard as they possibly can.
No
and
question.
16 laps on this big track here. This is a fairly large track this weekend in Sebring. It has 2 split sections, a couple of somewhat straightaways in between them. And, fairly large track, 16 laps is a long time out in the water at the level these guys are pushing it at.
Absolutely, 100% right.
And we haven't seen any of these guys make a mistake and come off all weekend long.
Yeah, I mean, the worst thing I saw Kyle Fabro do is not get a hole shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Today. Yesterday he had a couple of bobbles here and there, but even at that,
these guys have not come off the boats.
Right.
But I will say one of the contributing factors to that, besides their incredible skill and athleticism, is the fact that Lake Jackson here has been incredibly flat all weekend.
Halfway flags are out, 8 laps in already.
Now they are really ripping some times around this track today, looking so good. Love to see these, but like you said, they just sound beautiful out there. These boats have not missed a beat all weekend. They've all run strong. But Cabrera definitely has had the advantage. He's won every moto except one earlier this morning. First moto went to Kyle Fabro. And I think that, like I said, that lit the fire under David. He said, okay, no more of this.
Yeah, I was over there talking to him after the last moto during our break. And David was telling me, he's getting faster and faster. We ride together at the Miller Park. That's Sacramento. Markham Park there. And he says he's starting to get it. Kurt, don't you tell him how to get faster. And I said, David, I've got to.
Well, he's going to watch the replay of this and see that what we talked about right here in front of us,
right there,
the difference in speed between David and Kyle coming off that back straightaway. David's got a better line, enables him not to let off around this slight left-hand bend where Kyle's coming in a little bit tighter, lets off a little bit. You can hear him back off the throttle and then get back on it, but David is on it way quicker, doesn't let off as much, and gets back on it way quicker.
Yeah, well, and the difference is experience. As I was there talking to him and explained exactly what was going on, but even here, when Kyle has no one in front of him, David's already gone, he's still trying. It's instinctive as a racer to be closer to the inside to minimize the distance, think you'll do better. But that's not the actuality of it.
Here comes Cabrera now behind Dudek.
Yeah.
He's going to put Sean down a lap.
Or is he?
You know, the one thing I noticed this weekend in this race is Fabro, Cabrera, Sean Dudek.
Yeah.
They not one of them have let off until they cross the finish line.
Yeah.
No matter their position on the track.
Yeah.
Cabrera, they all have charged
all the way.
Like their life depends on it until the checkered flag.
Well, you know, and I know you know this, Rick, but, you know, with these machines using the impeller instead of a propeller, when that thing's wide open and pulling a lot of water through, it's also sucking the hull down to the water.
Yep.
So they become more unstable when you're off gas, and that very well could be it.
But I guess I'm thinking about past races where you see guys that build a big lead and then kind of put it into cruise control.
Right.
And I haven't seen that this weekend.
Look at this. Dudek has kept...
He's racing Cabrera.
Yeah, and that's allowing
yes, it is.
Kyle Fabro to catch up.
It sure is.
Our starter's blowing that whistle. Dudek's having none of that. And Cabrera's following it. And Fabro gets the inside. Let's see if he can tear this thing up.
That is allowing Fabro to catch back up to Cabrera. There's no question. And if Fabro could somehow get by Cabrera, Fabro takes the win overall for the day.
Yeah. I wonder if Fabro was over there talking to
Dudek?
To Dudek after
Need a little help here.
He's like, yeah, Kurt, I got it. I know what I'm doing. I got it.
Little something for the effort, you know, little something for the effort.
All right, here's the opportunity. Where's David going? He's following him on the outside. Fabro got to go to the outside too. Nope.
Well,
that inner clear water might have been a better choice, but I'm not riding it.
Yeah, exactly. So here comes.
Dudek's coming through. What's that blue flag for?
You know, to your point, definitely Cabrera takes a much wider exit from that outside buoy of the outside split on the left-hand side of the track to attack this turn in front of us in a much straighter trajectory. There's no doubt about it.
And honestly, Rick, in doing that, he's also carrying more speed through this corner.
Yeah, he's not letting off
He's
not squaring off the corner near as much.
Yep. He's at least not scrubbing off speed.
Not as much. Yeah, you noticed that earlier today. You really picked up on that exit.
You know what I just picked up on? Cabrera got by, and he's now a half a lap ahead of Dudek. That was it. It was like, move over, Rover.
Come on,
Cabrera's
dude.
coming over.
Yeah, he sure is. And
there's Fabro.
Fabro's on it, man. He's still charging.
Yeah.
He has not given up. He knows if he can somehow force a mistake, maybe David gets a little tired and one bobble, and Fabro's right there to take advantage.
Yep.
That's what he's hoping for right now.
It's hard to do that when you lose a half a second a lap
every
on this
time.
one buoy every single time.
Every time.
And in combination, because he's coming off the inside that time, but not taking that wider line at higher speed on the outside probably makes it a full second difference from just this one buoy.
The entire weekend.
Yeah.
Every single lap. Very consistent.
Yeah. For Cabrera, Fabro did it correctly once. Even then, he was still a little tighter, but
a little bit.
He carried more speed, and I don't know if he's afraid of whatever is in the water over there. It's a little dark, but
I don't know.
Cabrera certainly isn't riding right over there.
He comes way wider right there.
Yeah.
There's no question, but now he sets up. He doesn't let off completely.
Right. Well, let's face it. As soon as
he's letting off completely.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a huge difference right there. It's really interesting that we're able to see that illustrated right in front of us here. That's not always the case where we can see the difference in the two riders.
Absolutely. Well, there's so much splash going on. And yeah, absolutely.
The way this track is set up this weekend, for us at least, it really has been able to be an eye-opener in the difference between those two riders.
Wow, Cabrera has been just slamming it these last two laps, Rick. He absolutely has got it pinned.
Like I said earlier, they do not let off. They do not let off until the checkered flag. The entire weekend.
Yep.
These guys have not let off.
Yeah. I love the fact that they practice together.
Maybe that's why.
The wiser old man that's building the equipment too. So, why wouldn't you want to follow them?
And both great guys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So
that's the cool thing,
yeah.
right?
I mean,
both really great guys.
Really nice.
Very friendly, just really nice gentlemen.
Oh, see a white flag in somebody's hand.
Did they get the white? I didn't see. Did they actually get the white flag then?
No, I think they're getting ready. I guess they did.
They had to have.
Yep, because Dudek just got it.
Unless,
so this is the final
Dudek's in the lead.
In the final moto of our time here in Sebring, Florida. Everybody around the planet, hope you've enjoyed watching this with us. We've enjoyed bringing it to you. Our thanks go out to all our sponsors, but above all, Maverick, Richard Ignacio, live streaming 247.com. If you need an event.
Wow, 16 laps.
There you go.
And Cabrera finishes just as strong on the final as he came through the first. Fabro will take a close, hard-earned second and second overall. And that's how they'll finish for the weekend. Cabrera taking the top spot both days. Fabro in second. Sean Dudek in third.
Yeah.
And kudos to Marcio Benedetti out there learning his craft, working on that SXR 1500 in the stock class. And the guy is just a wonderful guy as well.
Yeah.
Love to see him out here.
It's absolutely awesome. And I'll tell you what, kudos to Sean Dudek coming all the way from New Hampshire.
Very cool.
Down here.
Nice to see him. Nice to meet him. I hadn't met him before, I don't believe.
Fun guy.
Yeah, really nice to see him yesterday. So good weekend of racing overall. Man, what fun this has been. As Maverick Ignacio brings in the eye in the sky.
All right, we're going to have a short break here.
We're going to wrap this thing up in a couple of minutes.
Well, it'll be more than a couple. We got some lunches being delivered now, so.
Oh, there's the eye in the sky.
Oh, there it is.
All right, bringing it in, and we are going to wrap things up here from beautiful Sebring. It has been a phenomenal weekend. We scored with weather, number one.
100%.
A beautiful lake, a beautiful site for pro watercross. It's been absolutely perfecto for the sport this weekend, Kurt.
No question about it. We appreciate everybody that showed up. Those of you that are watching the live stream, I hope you had as much fun as we had. I doubt it. Try and be here next time.
Yeah.
Right?
We have a lot of fun, as if you couldn't tell.
Yeah.
But we hope you enjoyed the racing. Had some great motos this weekend. And May 17th, 16th, 17th, going up north of here just a little bit, somewhat near Jacksonville. And that's going to be a fun site. Keystone Heights is a neat place, a very unique setting for pro watercross, really unlike any place we've been before. We had a great time there last year.
I think the only one it's like is Avon Park.
Somewhat. Yeah, it's a bowl. We got kind of a bowl. Yeah. Really different scene, and we're really looking forward to it. A great place for racers. Nice beach area to hang out. The whole thing is awesome. So we hope you join us there in person. Please come and race with us. And if not, we'll look forward to seeing you on the live stream in a few weeks.
That's right. I'm Kurt Nolenberg.
Rick Lake.
We are out of here.